Chapter 4, Sports, the Mindset of a Champion. So here in this chapter we are taking sports as a medium to understand the mindsets of a constantly winning person or constantly learning person. So sport is a good example for learning or understanding that kind of constantly learning and winning mindset. So sports, the mindset of a champion. Now naturals should not need effort. So that means natural abilities, if they are natural and they are inborn, then they should not need effort. That means we don't have to practice or we don't have to exercise or brush up our stuff if we have a natural talent, inborn talent. So this is one kind of thinking. Now, in some cultures, people who tried to go beyond their natural talent through training received sharp disapproval. People say you should accept your station in life. That means there are some cultures in which people who are going beyond their natural abilities. That means they are going beyond what they can do. So they received a sharp disapproval from their community. That means their community were uh, discussing about you should not do you should not go beyond your natural abilities. That means you cannot succeed beyond that. So you should accept your station in life. That means you are like that only, you have this much of natural ability, so you should accept that natural ability in your life. So this is the fixed mindset kind of reaction. In a lot of culture this happens also. The naturals carried away with their superiority don't learn how to work hard or cope with setbacks. That means the naturals are carried away with their superiority. The natural don't learn how to work hard and cope up with setbacks. That means when naturals, they are fixed mindset people who are getting carried away with their abilities. That means they think they have ability and then don't have to work hard. The naturals carried away with their superiority don't learn how to work hard and cope with setbacks. And cope with setbacks, that means when they are getting failure, they uh, they are using that failure as a setback also. That means to bounce back, to improve also. They are using that. Those with growth mindset found setbacks motivating. They are informative. They are a wake up call. That means those with growth mindset found setbacks motivating means they have that kind of thinking that that failure is motivating, and failure uh, is useful for them for in order to succeed in life in future. So they are thinking like that. Now people with growth mindset in sports, as in pre-made chemistry, took charge of process that bring success and then that maintained it. So people having sports background, they took charge of process that brings success and that maintained it. That means they took charge of that growth process. That means they followed that growth process in sports. So sports is a medium, is a medium for highly developing these growth mindsets. Fixed mindset people want to be the only big fish, so that when they compare them around others, they can feel about cut about the rest. That means they want to be only the big fish. That means they want to be comfortable around their people, and they should be they can feel cut about the rest. That means no one should be greater than them or big fish than them. So that is how fixed mindset guys think. There is a tremendous risk in living what one does well to attempt to master something new, and a fixed mindset makes it seem all much riskier. That means fixed mindset is it makes seems that it is a riskier to there is a risk involved in attempting to master something new. So you can lose also. That means if you are doing business, you can face a big loss also. So that is a drawback of fixed mindset, that it is not allowing a person to grow. So that is a drawback of fixed mindset. Now fixed mindset leaders were full of bitterness and growth minded were full of gratitude. That means fixed minded leader were bitterness, that means they were not good people. That means they were bitter around their employees, they are bitter around their co-workers. And where growth minded leaders were full of gratitude, that means they were ready for growth. Now group thinking, here we are discussing about group thinking. Group thinking occurs when group of people trust a very talented leaders. That means group thinking occurs when there is a certain group of people who are making someone leader and believe are believing in his thinking. So people trust a very talented leaders. That means the people who is leader is talented. They are thinking like that. Now, when you think about how rejection wounds and inflames people with fixed mindsets are the ones who react to taunting and bullying with thoughts and violent retaliation. That means when you think about how rejection wounds and inflame people with fixed mindset, that means that that means fixed mindset people react to taunting and bullying with react they react to taunting and bullying with thoughts and violent retaliation. That means they think that it is that's how they are reacting to it, taunting and bullying with violent thoughts and retaliation in their mind. So they are getting upset. Mind reading. So, part of low effort belief is that idea that couples should be able to read each other's mind, but this is impossible. Mind reading instead of communication backfires. That means part of low effort belief. That means that there was a belief one that we have studied that the abilities cannot be changed. So that is the part of low effort belief is that the idea that we should read each other's mind, but reading each other's mind is impossible. That is not possible scientifically. So lack of instead of communication, so lack of communication backfires. That means it can ruin your relationship if your communication is not good. Now, partner as an enemy. When something goes wrong in a relationship, it is easy to blame someone else. So, we all know that it is easy to blame someone else when something goes wrong in a relationship. But in fact, there are some faults that also we do. We do mistake in the relationships also. So, it is easy to blame someone else also. Now, I had irresistible urge to defend myself and assign blame when something in relationship goes wrong. That means I had irresistible urge to defend myself and assign blame when something in relationship goes wrong. That means author is saying here that I had an urge that is of blaming someone. So blaming someone, that means I like to blame someone else when something goes wrong in relationship. That means we have a big fight or we can have a bad day. So what all I do is I do blame someone else, and I like that blaming someone else. So, so to deal with this habit, my husband and I invented a third-party imaginary man named Morris. That means we have to deal with this habit, and we invented an imaginary man called Morris. So who can take a blame for that also? Whenever I start in on who's to blame, we invoke poor Morris and pin it on him. That means when we have a big fight, so we can fulfill that urge also. We are fulfilling that urge also to blame someone else. So we are targeting that Morris. That means we are that poor Morris. That means whenever something goes wrong, we will target that poor Morris and pin it to him. That means we will target him and we will fulfill our urge. Now in a relationship, people have not learned how to deal with differences. In good relationship, people develop these skills, and as they do, both partners grow and relationship deepens. That means these skills should be developed in a relationship. People have not learned how to deal with differences. That means we should know that how to deal with those differences, and we should grow our relationship and deepens that this deepens this relationship. Now friendship, like partnerships, these are places where we have a chance to enhance each other's development and validate each other's. That means with friendship we can validate each other. That means if we are doing something business, so will it work out or will it not work out, so we want a validation from someone, so which is fulfilled in the friendship. So we can develop each other, we can enhance each other, and we can validate each other in friendship. There are some occasion give us a chance to provide support and give growth message. That means there are some occasion which are giving us a chance to provide growth message. Tell me I am not a bad person for breaking up with my boyfriend. That means so this is one kind of occasion that a friend will offer you. So you can tell her that, or him, tell her that she is not a bad person because she broke up with her boyfriend. So you can tell tell that to her as a good person. Or it gives a opportunity also that to improve her, to give her a growth message, and it is okay that she broke up with her boyfriend. So it is also giving a growth message also. Now tell me I am not stupid though I boomed in exam. Though I bombed in exam, that means I failed in exam. So this is another opportunity to deliver your friend a growth message. That means you are not a stupid person because you failed in exam. So that also gives a growth message. In such situations we need validation which friend is providing us. That means we are requiring a validation that I am not a bad person because I broke up in a relationship. I am not stupid because I failed in exam. Such situations we need validations which friend is providing us. That means uh, we need validation means the confirmation that we are going good. Now shyness, shy people worry that others will bring them down. They often worry about being judged in a social situation. So there are people who are worried about being judged in a social situation, and they are worried about being judged. So those are people who are shy. So that is about shyness.